Hello my beautiful Bitterroots and welcome to my channel, and today I am going to do February TBR prompt. I chose 5 books in the middle of the month or towards the end of the month, so I didn't finish all of them. I have 2 of them that I will literally finish before the end of the month comes about. One book I have just got a couple hours, well actually both of them, a couple hours left of both books, so I can easily get them done, knocked out, and then the other one I'll just roll over and just add that. I think I will pull a few more options, and then that way, because I am a kind of a mood reader, if something like strikes my fancy, then I will grab that one, and it's not a big deal if I don't finish all of the prompts, you know, because I could either just roll them over or just put that book back in my TBR and continue on with life. So my first 5 books, first one I think I was Silhouette. I drew that one, and that one I drew was by Mary Keneally, and that was No Way Up. And that one in the top corner, I'll pop it in here, there's a little silhouette of a cowboy on a horse. It's about a father who owns this ranch. He gets injured in a rock slide, and he wants his children to all be on the ranch for 1 year in case something happens to him. And if they all decide to choose their own paths and go their own directions, then the ranch will go to their distant cousin, who they don't believe is their distant cousin. But I'm not gonna like tell the whole synopsis because I don't want to give anything away. But there's some shenanigans of ruin, and things don't add up. So they're thinking that the avalanche was caused by somebody, that it was done on purpose. So anyway, the next one I drew was poems, and so I pulled this edition that I have in my collection from 1812 or 18 something. It's a really old book, 1812. So it's from the LaBelle Library, and so this was a collection of poems, and you know, it was quite interesting to read stuff from back then, and yeah, I mean, it was a quick read for me, so I finished that. And then next was mythology. This is one book that I did not get to at all, and I picked Athena's Child, which had retelling or a story of Perseus and Medusa, and so I'm just gonna roll that over for February. And then I chose one for holiday, and I chose 4-Leaf Felony by Tanya Caps. Anyway, there's a murder that happens on the plane. This newspaper reporter or whatever wants to hit the big time. She thinks that she is all that and everything, and so she's like, I'm a big time reporter. She's not, let's just say that. But anyway, the story is her trying to solve this murder. And then for water, I chose Waterfall, and this one I'm not fully finished, but it will be finished in a couple hours. This one is by Lyssah T. Berggren, and this one's a fun one because this one's 17-year-old and her sister Leah, who's 15, and her mom's an archaeologist, and they come by some old tomb, and she places her hand on this handprint in the tomb, and it transports her back to the 1300s, and she's trying to find her sister. And so it's a story of her pretending to be French and trying to find her sister and her mom, and trying to navigate through the medieval times and trying to remember her Italian and all that stuff. It's pretty good. I'm really enjoying it. So those were my 5 picks. So let's pick some more, and I'll show you what I end up picking. I don't have all my books here, but I do relatively know what I have because I have another house. So if there's something at the other house that I know I have, I will just insert a photo. Okay, so here's my little dresser here. And so see my little pride and joys. Ignore these two things, but yep. And I really love my little setup here. So anyway, so here's my little prompt jar. So let's go ahead, and I think I'm gonna pick 8 prompts or 9 prompts. Let's pick, no, let's pick 8. And then with this other book, I'll have my 9, or should I just make it even 10? Let's pick 9 prompts. First one would be a book with garden in the title. This one, oh, this one has got a disabled character. Trying to do this a little on the faster side. Oh, a book with war. A cover you hate. Okay. That's 4. Okay, a book from 30 to 49. I don't know. Okay, I will find a book. So I'm trying to do to where it's based during that time, the book frame, or it was published in that time. So let's do that. A book with snow. There's snow on it. Okay. And oh, something with a clock or an hourglass on it. Okay, 5, 6, 7. 2 more. Open. Sesame. An animal on the cover. Okay, the last one. Let's make it a good one. This one. And choose your own adventure. Oh my gosh, I have not done one of these in forever. So I think a lot of these are going to end up being Kindle books, but that's okay. My new Kindle just arrived in the mail today. So I've got a bunch on my Kindle that I need to go through. So let me go find my books and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I have all of my books picked out, so for every prompt, so let's get into it. So the first thing I drew was something with garden in the title. Now this one was pretty difficult for me to find, but I found in my classic book library that I had a secret garden. So that's something I haven't read since I was a kid. So I'm gonna read The Secret Garden. So the next one I'm gonna read something with a character who was disabled. Now this is something that I don't know if you remember the book Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken, or not the book, the movie from the early 90s. I loved that movie, but apparently it's based on a true story. So I went on a search to try to find this book, to find the story. And I found a biography by Sonora Carver. She was the person who lost her sight, and what happened was she used to jump horses into a body of water, and I think she hit the water really at a bad angle and she ended up going blind. But she continued to persevere and continued to jump horses even though she was blind. So this was definitely a story that I was very, very interested in. So I'm going to read that one for my prompt, a disabled person. The next thing I picked was war. I picked The Methuselah Project by Rick Berry. I have no idea what it's about, but I think it's during World War II or maybe World War I. I think it's World War II. And yeah, so I'm reading that one. Next one is A Cover I Hate. Now, I really looked through my Kindle trying to find a cover that I just did not like. And there's a book called Fame is a Killer by Meredith Potts. And I've been wanting to read it, but this stupid cover, I do not know what it is, but it bugs me so bad. So I don't want to read it because the cover. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but I judge harshly on the cover. So next one is 1930 to 1949. That automatically told me that was during World War II. So I found another book called With Every Letter by Sarah Sundin. It was in my Kindle things. So I have that one, so I'm going to read that. My Kindle showed up today, my new one, so I'm actually really excited to do a lot of reading on my Kindle because I've got hundreds of books on my Kindle. And then I have Kindle Unlimited on top of it. So was book with snow. So I chose Girl in Cabin 13. I have no idea what the story is about. There's just snow outside. So yeah, that's the one with snow. Next one is Clock or Hourglass. This one was really hard. I literally ransacked my whole collection trying to find something with a clock or an hourglass. And I found this book that's got a watch. But then I realized that this is book number 3 and I refuse to read stuff out of order. And I didn't want to grab the first 2 books just to read the 3rd book. But then I remembered that I got the book Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I got the whole series. So this one's a retelling for Peter Pan. So I'm super excited about reading that because that's been something I've been wanting to read. And then the next one is Animal on the Cover. So I chose Shatter Me because this is another series that I've been wanting to read. So this one's got some birds on the cover, so that's why I want to do Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi, I think. Anyway, this whole series looks amazing, and so I have it all, and so I want to read it. So let's start another series. I'm starting a bunch of series in this. Hooked and Shatter Me. All right, and the last one was Choose Your Own Adventure, and this is one that is very nostalgic for me because I grew up doing Choose Your Own Adventure books, and I don't have any of the classics, so I would like to try to go to the used bookstore in my local town and see if I can find some Choose Your Own Adventure books from the 80s and 90s when I was reading them. Went on to Kindle, I looked and looked and looked, and I found one on Kindle Unlimited, and it's called Oregon Trail Interactive. And so this one's based on the Oregon Trail, so I'm super excited about doing this one. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.